And yeah, if you follow one of his trades on a Friday, what they call Fridays their 1000% Fridays, but they do get
Wait, why?
trades that go to 1000 because they are able to find trades that go to 1000%. Sometimes you have some trades where like, oh, if I had held, I would have gotten more, but
Yeah.
then if I had held, then I would have lost.
But
So
it's greediness though. See, you gotta be happy what you have.
And that's
Hit minimum 30% gains. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum 30%. No, I'm looking for the 1000%. It's 1000% or bust. This is how it works.
Yeah.
Hey there. Welcome to the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast, where you are encouraged to express your natural thoughts and views through casual, meaningful conversations that hopefully can lead to learning and understanding new perspectives. To find out more info, visit www.gfothoughts.com. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wong and Robert Din. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome back, everyone, to Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast. I'm Robert Din, one of your co-hosts. Today we have Dr. Paul Hung DDS to talk to us about his journey as a dentist and maybe go into a future for 2020. And as always, we have our other co-host, Michael Wong.
Hello. First of all, it's for future 2021, okay? And Happy New Year's, by the way. So,
I guess when this comes out, it'll be 2021 already.
Yeah,
but...
exactly. So, well, anyway,
thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy New Year's. So what are you guys drinking today?
Oh man, he's hosting.
He's watching us. He's hosting us. All right, I'll start. I have my good old-fashioned H2O. All right. This Sunday. I don't know. It's been a long
H2O,
day.
not even tea this time.
No, not even tea this time. Just actually hot water because it's kind of chilly-ish. Chilly.
Mike loves his hot water. Like he loves having just hot water around. I think we were going hiking, and Mike was like, "I have this huge bottle of hot water in case
to
make ramen and to drink. Like you just like drinking hot water."
Hey, I made ramen out of that, so.
Yeah, it was good, and it stayed warm the whole time. But I was like, man, I don't drink hot water like to get refreshed.
That is true. So, Paul, what are you drinking?
I am actually drinking water as well. I love this. Let me see.
It's Chemist. There you go.
Thermoflask.
Thermoflask.
This is 40 ounce. Camping gears.
Yeah. Yes. It's got this rubberized bottom as well. I love it, so it doesn't scratch any surfaces.
Oh, nice. See, I'm doing a New Year's bottle. We're gonna
there we go. Popping out a bottle.
Pop a New Year's bottle for us.
There we go.
All right.
Cheers to you, Robert. Okay, take the extra glass for us.
Cheers to everyone out there who's not drinking water.
There we go. All right, well, Paul, thanks for hopping on with us. So obviously 2020 has definitely been a crazy year for a lot of us. And, obviously, so tell us a little bit more about your dental journey industry, why you decided to go into the dentistry industry, and then, and up to where you are right now today. I think, you went through worked at several different places, and then you end up co-owning with your own firm now, right?
Yes. So if you want me to, I'm going to try to do the Cliff Notes version of that.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll try. It's going to cover almost,
20 years of life?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll try to cover 20 years of my life and maybe just a paragraph.
Yeah.
So I decided on dentistry senior year of undergrad at UF. I was with Mike Wong and his friends. So I decided I wanted to do dentistry senior year. Had to go to a master's program to finish the prerequisites, take some higher level like science courses, which helped significantly for first year of dental school. I kind of coasted, and that was great. I got to enjoy New York City. So that's where I went to. Yeah, I went to NYU, loved it there 4 years, but I didn't want to live there because very high cost of living. But I loved that experience. I was rated probably equivalent to my times at UF, which was great as well.
Paul's a big foodie guy, by the way.
Yeah, yes. I don't want to divulge too much, but I was the Yelp king at the time,
Yep.
but I did lose that royalty whatever badge, and I just graduated, moved to Texas, which is where my wife is from, and I worked around for almost 4 years, various offices. I loved doing that because I got to experience more offices than, say, if I worked at one office full time. I actually did one full time and one part time for almost 2 years,
So you were just
and
juggling back and forth.
I was working. Thankfully, no kids at the time, so I had more
Yeah.
time. So I was working 6 days a week, juggling those
And
two
you're busting
offices.
60, 70 hours easily. I mean,
It was very tiring, and I did
yeah,
get burnt out.
yeah,
So buying a practice required a lot of work,
yep,
and end of 2019, it was going really well. We were projected to do over 1 million in 2020, but
yeah,
then look what happened in 2020.
yeah.
I actually got hacked and I got ransomware
What?
at the
Wait,
beginning of
Wow.
2020, which I
wait,
didn't
let's
tell
talk
anyone.
about that and a little
Oh,
bit
you want to talk
later.
about that? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
a little bit
we can
later, a
talk
little
about
bit
that.
later though. But yeah.
Oh,
Wait,
Wow.
later. Okay.
so
It, it
you bought your firm in 2019 towards the end of it or in the beginning?
I bought the practice at the beginning of 2017.
2017. Okay, so it's 2 years later. Okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah, yep. 2 years later, I got hit with ransomware, which I didn't find out until it was pretty much close to the new year,
gotcha.
Okay.
and then I was demanded certain payment, which was Bitcoin. I'll reveal
Of
that.
course.
They wanted
Yeah.
one Bitcoin per PC infected. Thankfully,
Jesus
only
Christ.
one PC was infected, and at the time, Bitcoin was actually kind of
It
it
was
was
kind of
like six
low.
or seven k, so it wasn't
Yeah, it
too
was kind of
bad.
low. It was kind of low at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
low. And so I ended up paying him for the one Bitcoin. He gave me this, whatever the key. It did unlock about 90% of my data, but the last 10% was completely lost. I hired some ITs to look at it, and they couldn't recover it. Actually,
Gotcha.
two different ITs. Um, and then,
Wow.
COVID happened in March, and then
Yeah.
Bitcoin dropped, and I'm like, oh, I could have paid less if I'd waited. But hindsight's always 2020,
Of
But
course.
now,
Yeah.
and
but
I
now
wish I had
Bitcoin
bots.
Bitcoin
Oh,
is more. Like
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Did you end up buying
So
more
I should.
Bitcoin afterward? We can talk about that a
I
bit later.
know. I've been waiting for it to dip to buy more, and it just keeps going higher. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm just gonna hang on tight and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. So okay. So now that COVID happened with your firm, right? So what you so I guess obviously things have changed, and it's hard to keep all the regulations, keep consistently changes such a last minute thing, right? So I
Mhm.
mean, diving into your I guess diving into the dentistry industry, I guess owning a practice, you have to stay on top of that, right? So like,
Yes.
did you had to I guess what kind of guidelines did you follow? How did you know that this was the update? Like, is it like an association they alert you? How does that work?
Yeah, very good question. So I followed the CDC guidelines because that's actually what I believe it was the other state board or the ADA actually
88
said.
book. Okay. Yeah.
They said to follow the CDC guidelines. So that's what I did. I followed the guidelines, and how did I stay updated? Well, social media, Facebook. I'm in a bunch of these dentist only
All groups.
Facebook groups, and so they're on top of it, which helped me because all I have to do is just make sure I check my feeds like
Yep.
maybe twice a day,
Yeah.
just to make sure I'm on top of things. And thankfully, I did that because there were certain funding, like loans, that you had to apply for.
Yep.
And had I not applied for that, the office would probably be under.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Oh, so
Yeah,
those PPP loans that
I did. I did.
and you're on top of the first one of the people that apply.
hmm hmm
Gotcha. Well,
Yep.
that's awesome though. That's good to hear
Yes.
that though.
So that definitely helped. I'm just very thankful that we have, our, had that type of funding for us,
Yeah.
or the what is it? They got the SBA loan, the PPP loan, whatever,
Nice.
the idle loan. So
Yeah.
that thankfully, hopefully
So,
we
so
we
you
get
guys were
that forgiven.
considered essential workers, right? Or no?
Yes, yes, we were, but we still had to close down. Well, we could remain open as long as we saw emergency only, but we were very restricted
Okay.
in the procedures we could do at the time.
Okay.
But now it's gotten a little bit more relaxed, so
So
we
how
can
long that duration lasted? Like 3 to 6 months? Like that restriction?
yes, it was actually close to 3 months before they kind of
When did
eased them.
when did you start when did they start
March.
the restriction in Texas?
It was,
Late
yeah, it
March,
was
right?
like right around end of March, beginning of April,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and then it was lifted, I believe,
End of
June-ish,
July?
maybe end of June, yeah, or
Oh,
beginning of
I
July.
thought it was end of July, beginning of July.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
towards the end of summer. Okay, so it was a little longer than that, but yeah, so
Yeah.
about 3-4 months in,
Wow, that's
5
difficult.
months.
So like I guess during that 3 months, right? Were you able to do any kind of remote work, like anything like that? Like I guess I mean obviously you couldn't have patients on site to see them, right? Did you guys try to do that at all? I'm just wondering, like, anything like that.
We tried to, yeah, tele-dentistry. We
Yeah,
actually tried
it's
to.
so
I
much
really
harder.
wanted to do it.
How do you even
It
do that?
is,
Like, do they
yeah.
they put the camera up to their mouth and stuff?
That's what I was thinking. So the downside is Texas doesn't allow tele-dentistry.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I know. Yeah.
Wait, hang on,
It
hang
was
on.
either like it's either I think it's the state board. Sorry, the state board doesn't recognize
Okay,
tele-dentistry. So they said to do a proper exam, the patient must be present, in the office. We have to take proper, X-rays
of
or
course.
radiographs. So they think that's the standard of care, which is why they don't recognize teledentistry, which is why we were, prohibited in doing teledentistry.
Okay.
But I think it would have been good. I think it would at least been
So
very
does
helpful.
that vary state to state though?
It does vary state to
it
state.
does. As
Yes.
California has teledentistry that
Hmm.
they do
Yeah.
there.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that's still pretty hard though, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know how that works either. I just don't know.
Unless you had the patient to come in to do a scan. Are you allowed to have a patient to come in and do an X-ray and then let them walk out? You're not even allowed to do
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Actually, you can. Yes, you can, as long as they just sign the proper consent forms.
Oh, okay.
So even during those 3 months when you guys were like during that 3 months, you guys were just emergency only, right? That's what.
We were.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then you
Yeah.
could still have people come in and do X-rays and stuff.
Yes, but we were very selective. So because we were limited to, emergency procedure, which is pretty much just like extraction,
Hmm.
Gotcha.
no production of aerosol was their concern. So anything that had to do with like a handpiece or like a scaler for cleaning. So
Yeah, of
we were
course.
prohibited from doing cleaning unless we did the old school way, which is, through like the actual hand scaling where they like
Oh, so
scrape the teeth.
manually. So it's manually. Oh,
Wait, what is
damn.
this?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Wait, what is this? I don't even know.
The
So
Paul
when
explained that, yeah,
you
for those who don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you get a cleaning,
Hmm.
usually it's through a machine called an ultrasonic
Yep.
that moves it moves about 30,000 movements per minute,
Hmm.
or it's RPM, I think, rotates per minute,
It sounds like
and it
drilling.
also
It sounds
shoots
like
out
a little bit
water.
of drilling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's what
It's
I
just a high
normally
pitched
get, right?
sound, and
Yeah.
it's able to break off like the tartar, the plaque easier. But that machine produces aerosol. And
Yep.
so at that time, they were saying COVID is spread through the aerosol and how aerosol can make it like,
Airborne.
travel further.
Hmm.
So they restricted us. None of the ultrasonics, no hand pieces, and we had to do the old school way, which is called hand scaling. And it
Yeah.
looks like
Like a scaper thing, like a little
sickles.
hook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It kind of looks like sickles on both ends, very, pretty sharp. And then you just scrape the teeth, and it just
Oh,
sounds
Slowly.
like.
so
Inside.
just oh yeah. So yeah, those tools like you just go and
Mhm,
scrape every tooth.
Yeah.
That's what you did. Man,
It,
that's rough.
yeah,
That must take
it
forever
cramps up
to
my
just to do
tongue.
for
Oh
one
yes, it
person.
does. Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Paul. Like, as you guys ease back into it during July, right? How do you prepare your staff for that? How do you end up? Because ultimately, your staff safety comes first. And how do you end up mentally prepared for them? And how do you like? Because obviously you started doing trickling and get them a little bit more confidence coming in. 2-3 patients maybe per day. You're trying to limit it. Like you guys started off 50%, obviously in the beginning, and then slowly winding it up.
Yes, good question. State of Texas, or yeah, the state of Texas, they when they allowed the opening of certain businesses like dental nail salons, they said 25% capacity.
Okay.
And so 25% capacity for my office was probably about 4 to 5 patients per
4 to 5.
day.
Oh,
So
per day. Okay.
per day. Yeah. So normally it's about 20, so 25% of that. It's about 4 to 5, per day that we were allowed to see.
Yep.
So we would really spread them out, make sure there was about 15 minutes between the patients so the
Yep.
staff could really wipe everything down.
Clean down, things like that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I bought a bunch of those HEPA filters,
Yep.
and I had one in practically every room.
Yeah. That makes
So
sense.
when they enter, plus in the front desk area, one in my office, and one in each of the rooms, just to filter out
Any
anything.
kind of any particle.
It,
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
right. So that made them feel better.
How big's your team?
Proper
I'm just wondering,
PPE.
how big's your team? I'm just curious. I don't think. Are you the
It's not
only?
very big. It is, including myself, 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
That's
about,
still
or
pretty
7.
big
Sorry,
though.
7.
6. And how many of those are dentists?
Just me.
Just you? Oh, just you.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. I do have other dentists that come to my office, but they're more independent contractors. They're not employed under me.
Oh, I see.
So those employed under me, yeah, there's I believe 6, and then I'm the 7th one.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
So they're there for additional help that you need, probably.
Yeah, which is great. I love it because I know I cannot be a master at everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
It just it's going to take forever. So I'm going to focus on what I like, which is implants, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to let these specialists. Oh, and I'm in the process of hiring an associate to
There you
do
go.
the general dentistry.
Mm.
Yeah.
So present time, it's getting a lot better because I resumed my marketing, my Facebook marketing, and my Google ads. Sorry, Facebook ads and Google ads. I just resumed that pretty recently, about 2 weeks ago, and now we're getting like
So
a
how does that
bunch of.
work though? I'm curious. I actually never done like I never heard. I guess I don't think I've ever seen a dental ad on Facebook though. I'm just curious. How does that
I
work?
haven't.
Have you been
Yeah.
Googling dentistry though? Like you have, I think you have your dentist for a long time, right?
Well, I found my dentist by accident. I guess my friend just introduced me to it to a certain degree, but then I went there once and then we went back, and then I ended up meeting him some random event.
you
Again, like,
you went to a
nice.
dentist once, never went back, and then you met him in a conference.
at a random event, like a social event, and I'm like, oh hey, you used to work at this dental guy, blah blah blah. Because it was a Gator gathering, right? So the guy's a former Gator as well.
Okay.
And so it was like 2 years later, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to. I said, hey, I just I need to check my teeth soon. So I went back to him again, and then I started, so now I do quarterly cleaning with him. So
Nice. Good.
yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely helped though for sure.
I found my dentist through a friend of mine. I just asked around, like who they use, and then I just went to, like, they were accepting patients, so then I just went to her. But before that, when I was in Florida, my mom works for a dentist. So she's like a dental assistant there, and so then she would just set up appointments and then be like, all right, come in this day, and then
That's nice.
that was it.
That's nice to have the hookup.
Good.
Right.
Good.
So Paul, let me ask you this though now. So obviously with now things going almost back. Are you like 50% occupancy now, or are you still at 75%? Like what's the regulation there now in Texas?
We're probably about 75% now,
Okay.
and
How
it's
does?
getting. Yes.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, it's 75, but it's on its way to, I guess, 100%. I would say probably come New Year's, just because we're just
E-
getting a bunch of phone calls.
Even with the surge going on, like, what is this? Is the CDC saying anything to hold back to the state at all? I'm just wondering.
They're holding back. No, at this current point, it's just I guess how do I say it? If I'm following just the guidelines, still
Yeah.
like proper
Good
CDC
point.
guidelines,
Yeah.
just wearing like the full PPE,
Gotcha.
just proper hand hygiene.
Of course.
So it's just stuff that we have been doing, but I'm just making sure that we're like still doing it
Yeah.
consistently.
And this is like CDC like
Mhm.
precautions, not like the state.
Yes.
So if you went by what the state said, would they just be open, or they?
Yeah,
or
100%.
they-
Probably it's
right,
Texas.
it's Texas.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
they know if they did that again, there would be,
Then we hit
yeah,
handful.
it would, people would be really upset. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would
Your
actually
staff though, your staff would be scared too. Also, obviously, and you want to obviously look out for your staff as well, right? So,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah, so it's better to just ease into it rather than.
Mhm.
Yeah. So explain this whole, hang on, let me explain this Facebook marketing thing with dental. Like, what do you market? Like, do you get cold leads? How does that work? Just wondering. Like,
Yes.
I
So
just never
how?
seen an ad. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah, and how what's the
Yeah,
through rate on that?
yeah,
I think it's pretty good. I have tried so many different marketing like companies.
yeah,
Some actually have told me not to mention, I guess, their company
yeah.
name through an agreement. But so I won't mention those. But what who I'm currently using is called BTOP Local. They do work with a lot of healthcare offices.
Okay.
So they told me like chiropractor, medical, and dental. There's probably more now.
Because they're very
I've
familiar with
been
the
with them for
industry
over a year.
itself.
And so how they do it is I have to only pick one procedure. And so it's going to be a procedure that's going to be high production, which is implants. And the ad is for just a free implant consultation, which is what
Nice.
I'm offering in the ad. So that's to get them through the door.
Of course.
No barriers. You know how sometimes there's like a fee for a consultation?
Yeah,
Well, by
there's always a catch, things like that. And that's what you're
uh-huh.
saying. Yeah.
hmm And some still feel there's a catch with my free consultation, or they don't even read the ad correctly. And they'll think, oh, this is fake. Oh, they're not offering free implants. No, it's a free implant consultation.
Consultation. Yeah.
Consultation, yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, so how it works is to sign up for the free consultation, they fill out one of those forms. So you know how when you go to websites now, you scroll for a little bit and then a pop-up comes and it's like subscribe here, first name, last name, email, maybe phone number.
Yeah.
That's what it does. It takes you
Mm.
to another landing page. They fill out that info, and then we get an email alert with their info that they submitted.
That's
And
awesome.
so
And you call them to
we
schedule a time, right? That's what you do.
exactly. Yep. So we have someone dedicated to returning those leads or the inquiries.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I guess
So
it's
as far as
yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
I guess the throughput's pretty good because this is like pretty targeted to people looking for implants.
Yeah. They
Yes.
already have it in the active mind to look for something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which makes sense though.
Yes.
So
I
I actually,
haven't looked. Oh, go ahead.
no. I was gonna say for those people who don't know what implant is, can you explain that a little bit more for those listeners?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. So dental implants, they're usually made of titanium,
Okay.
and I like to use the word fixture,
Yeah.
but it does look like a screw. So it looks like a screw. And that's just the first part of the implant, and that is underneath of the gums and within the bone.
Okay.
And then you have the next part. So there's three parts to the implant. So the first part is called the fixture, or I like to call it the fixture. The next part is called the abutment, and the abutment connects the fixture to the actual tooth or the crown.
Mhm.
And everything that I do is custom made. I make sure it's custom because it looks better as well. So it does take a little bit of time. Total
Do you
treatment time.
mold it?
Yeah.
Do you do a mold or something like that? How does that work?
Oh, so for the implants, that's not custom. There's just so many different sizes of implants. I'll
Okay.
just pick the appropriate size
Gotcha.
for that specific site. And then the abutment is custom made. We scan everything digitally
Gotcha.
and then design it, and then they mill it
Gotcha.
through a machine,
That's
and
pretty
then we
cool.
scan that. Yeah. After that, we do screw that into the implant, and then scan that custom abutment for a lab to then design the tooth and then 3D print it. No, is it 3D printed or mill it? Whatever. They either cut it from a block or
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's 3D printing yet. It's just
It's
from
probably
the
mill.
mill.
Most likely, it's like one of those automated mill that does that.
Yes.
So
Mm.
Yeah.
because the precision has to be very precise for that.
And
hmm
and for people who don't know, like what would be the reason someone would need an implant?
Yeah.
Very good question. Yes, and it's just it's a very good option in replacing a missing space.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So usually the options that I give, and this varies too because missing spaces can vary by how many other missing spaces or teeth are next to it, which will then determine what options you can get in replacing those
And
spaces. So
how many spaces you have? I mean, the spacing of it, right?
Mm.
Yes. So for an implant to be like let's see, for the implant to be in the perfect, I guess, site, it's got to be at least 7 millimeters in width.
Gotcha.
Now you can always do what's called ridge augmentation, which actually expands, the ridge of the bone to ensure that you have enough bone for an implant. There's that procedure. So you can essentially get implants almost anywhere in the mouth, if as long as you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
The best time to get an implant is usually when the tooth is extracted, as long as there's no infection in the
Gotcha.
site.
Gotcha.
But I usually try to push for implants done at the time of an extraction, because then you only heal one time
Which
versus
makes sense. Yeah,
pulling
yeah,
out the
multiple
tooth,
times.
heal, do the surgery again, heal.
So how long does that
So
take? Just wondering, like to do a whole set of implants.
yeah, from start to finish,
Yeah.
it varies, where in the mouth too. So you have 4 different types of bone density in the mouth. We'll go with best case scenario. So best case scenario, you're probably looking at about 4 months, start to finish.
Oh shit,
4 months.
4 months.
Okay.
Holy
Mhm,
shit.
mhm.
So it's not like a one-time procedure done type of deal.
Yeah, because you have to
Wow.
let the fixture integrate with your bone, and that just takes time. You can't.
Oh,
It's hard to speed
so
that
like,
up.
it like fuses itself.
It'll
Mm.
actually fuse. So
Okay.
removing like implants that are fully integrated is very difficult. Like it takes that's why they cost like 700 plus just to remove an implant, because it's like
Jesus.
that difficult.
Wow.
Yeah, because they don't want to break anything else, and
Yeah.
they have to. Oh, that's
hmm
crazy.
hmm
Damn.
hmm
Dang. So
Yeah.
removing an implant's more like way hard, like way worse than removing just a
I didn't
tooth.
want. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
hmm
because it's already fused in there.
And
hmm
you love
Yep.
doing this.
I know.
hmm
This is his favorite thing to do.
I,
That's
lo-
what he said.
I love putting it in, not
Okay.
taking it
Not
out.
taking it out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh man,
god.
that's still. I can imagine that. That's so crazy. Imagine you had to do 4 of them. Jesus Christ.
And yeah,
Wow.
it could add up. So it just varies so greatly that it's very difficult for us to just quote a price, which is
Yeah.
why I'm offering this free implant
So
consultation.
you can
Is
see hands-on
hmm
what you have to deal with,
Hmm.
hmm hmm
which makes sense
and
though.
usually we're pretty good at that conversion, because once they step through the door, I have a system place where they're just going to have a great dental experience.
Yeah.
I make sure
Oh, so
there's minimal wait time.
you have like a
hmm
methodology in a sense. Okay,
Uh-huh.
best customer service type of deal, and what
hmm
kind of in terms of what kind of attention they're getting, things like that. That's
hmm
awesome.
hmm hmm Yeah. So I make sure there's certain systems in place where I know I have like certain pet peeves for. So one is like, waiting. Like no
Yeah,
one likes waiting.
yeah,
So I try to make it where they wait a max of like 5 minutes,
Mm.
as long as all the paperwork's done.
of course.
But once the paperwork is either done or handed in, I hope, I try to aim for 5 minutes or less. And then, once they come in, everyone's just, make sure super friendly, explain everything in detail. And then when it's my turn to go into the operatory, I make sure that once they come to get me, I go immediately. So again, minimal wait time.
Hmm.
And then I just explain everything. I listen to them first, and then I explain everything, go into details, with just the options that I'm going to give them. And I make sure I repeat it too, because I took a dental related like psychology course,
Yeah.
and it was very helpful. And so there's certain things you got to do to kind of plant seeds, in the patient's head, so that they'll say yes to the treatment. And
Because at
it,
the
it
end of
took
the day,
it,
at
it
the end
took
of the day,
time.
it sounds like they may be skeptical still, and so probably you have to, in order to kind of like make sure that they understand what they're going into. So like also probably it's probably a level of comfort,
hmm
right?
And
Oh
dentistry, like I don't think anybody likes going to the dentist.
yeah.
I
I
don't
agree.
think that's a thing. Like
Yeah.
people don't like going to dentist. It always
Yeah,
hmm
sounds scary when you're
hmm
in there.
hmm
Like there's always stuff
Yes,
going on. So
that's
you
true.
got to get them comfortable with what's going to
hmm
happen, and like going to the dentist for 4 months, right? Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
minimum.
Mhm.
It's a commitment.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
Mhm. Mhm.
For sure, though.
Mhm. So yeah, you have to connect with them and earn their trust in like a span of 15 minutes,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
which
tough.
it can be tough. But
Paul the
after
salesman, by the
doing
way.
this
Paul's the
for
salesman.
so
ABC.
many times, it's starting to I feel like it's more consistent now. I'm seeing
Yeah.
like results, and they're more likely to then move forward with treatment. And it doesn't just stop there. I try to have other like systems such as financing, like easier financing
That's
options,
true.
better terms and stuff. So for the patients, because that's what I notice even when I purchase stuff online. You know how there's all these four payments, equal payments, like
Correct.
zero
Yeah.
interest. Well, there's one where it's five equal payments, zero interest for dental now from Scratch Pay,
That's
but
pretty cool.
they're not a new company. They were more like veterinarian
Mm.
financing, but now I guess they open to dental, and so
It
That's
helps though,
yeah,
that
because
so
stuff is
it
it's not like,
helps.
expensive
Yeah.
too. Like
yeah, it's
every
expensive.
time you
Yeah.
take your dog to the vet, it's like $4,000 every time. Like
Yeah.
what? Like it's just so expensive. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think that financing piece definitely helps because especially if you're going back to 4 months in a row,
yeah.
like
Hmm.
so for sure.
Hmm. Yeah,
So let me ask you this: do you do your own kids' dental work?
I do, and
Nice.
my wife's family and my family as well.
Yeah, it's like everyone in the family is coming for sure.
For free.
Yeah, they do, which I'm glad that they're coming back. So that means I'm not hurting them, or I'm mistreating them.
Also,
No,
all of
it's
their workers'
And
families too, right? Like all of them. Yeah.
yes, and also now so my mother-in-law's brother also comes to me as well
oh wow.
now.
I guess it's in
So it's like
Texas,
it's starting to
so.
like
Yeah.
spread.
That's how my mom's dentistry is. Like where she works at, like she's like one of the she's a Vietnamese dentist, so like all the Vietnamese people in Viettown in Orlando go to her. But then also
Mhm.
now my mom works there, so then our whole family goes there to that dentist.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So it's very much a family affair.
And that's one of my goals for my office as well, is just give them such a great experience. They're going to refer their friends and family, which
Yeah.
is a trend that I have been seeing,
Mm.
you know,
I mean
for the
that's good.
past few years. Yeah.
That's just a result of your good customer service.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The follow ups and stuff, the feedbacks that you probably get. I mean, it's
Hmm.
just it's kind of tells itself, right? So which is great.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
oh, that's awesome. Congrats, Paul, on that. Obviously next year,
That's hard
2020.
work. That's why
I
I'm
mean,
looking older.
you still look the same, by the way. By the
Okay.
way, Robert,
Okay.
this guy has had an 8-pack still since like college. Okay, and he still has an 8-pack right
Still
now.
has an 8-pack
Okay?
now.
Yes.
Dang. Wow.
We have no excuses, okay?
Yeah, I have excuses. I don't want to go to the gym, but yeah. Dang, man.
This is why Paul's at the gym 24/7. Look at his background. He covers
Yeah.
his
Oh
background
yeah.
right
Oh yeah.
now.
I did. I covered the background. Yeah. I sleep in the gym. Live. He didn't sleep in the gym.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think this is what you decompress. You work so hard.
It is.
Sometimes you just gotta clear your mind by working out. I mean, that's how I do it, to be honest. So
Yes. It
that,
helps so much.
that's for sure. Especially like during COVID, you can't go anywhere else. So I mean, but you probably had the gym before COVID, right?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the prices of gym equipment skyrocketed right during
Yep.
Yeah.
COVID. I'm like, that's crazy. And
Bicycle
Peloton,
as well.
like,
The
yeah. Hmm.
bicycles. Yeah. Bicycle, gym, weight, the dumbbells. The dumbbells were already expensive already, and it kept going up.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, I'm glad to hear that. It sounds like business. It's going to get better. You're growing the firm. Especially in 2021, and looking. Obviously, like you said, you're looking to hire people, which is great. So
Hmm.
things are looking upward. So this would be your 4th year, technically.
It will be my fourth complete year, and I'll be starting my fifth year, I guess, in 2021.
Oh shit! Nice. That's awesome.
Yes. Hmm.
That's great.
Yeah. Yes.
Damn. So
I
I
mean,
mean, okay.
the goal is to step back a little bit, cut down on the days from the practice,
Yeah.
and hopefully I have more time for options trading and my other side gigs, actually, my other side gigs,
So
which
Paul,
actually started because of COVID.
that's good
Oh,
though.
during COVID,
Yeah.
this all started because you're at home. You
Yes.
can't take
Mhm.
clients and stuff. Wow.
Yes. So because of COVID, I started selling PPE, just gowns at the time, and I still do, but I've slowly added products to the line. And I
Mm,
actually didn't think I would. I actually thought this was going to be a short-lived, just kind of
Like a
COVID
fad.
type of side gig,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I actually foresee it um, being more of a permanent side business, and I really enjoy doing it. Just
Nice.
flexibility and time,
Yeah.
being my own boss. I love it.
Well, the things that also too, if you were able to find the right suppliers for that kind of stuff, is hard though.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
at that time, everybody wanted a piece of their own stuff for that.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, and that's one thing though.
Yeah,
And
I
also
see.
not
I see. I'm on your website now. Um, is it TNP Supply?
It
I'm
is.
I'm
It
like
is.
on there now. Yeah, it's like gowns, masks,
do you have a
and
specific niche target to who you target?
I'm just dentists right now, but I wanted to target hospitals and just other healthcare offices. I just
Yeah.
haven't, and I am only selling on it's a website called Net32,
Yep.
and it's just a dental related supply store
Which is smart.
marketplace. Sorry.
It's a good
mm,
niche. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the eBay of, the dental world.
The
Very
eBay in the
popular.
world.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they have like over 100,000, I guess, users on their email list, and they blast the emails and they'll promote your products, and it's been going well. And but I do need to do that. What is it called? Is it vertical expansion or horizontal expansion, where
Personal
I sell
satisfaction.
on
Yeah.
other marketplaces? So I have looked onto Amazon and eBay. I plan to do that eventually. I just want to get this. Um, I, I guess I added additional products, and so I'm gonna have to kind of relearn how to get the flow going, because I was so used to doing like two or three products, and now I've added three more, and so it's gonna be more work. So I gotta like figure out what this new flow is gonna be like what is the demand for for each product, and making sure all the products are stocked. So
Mm.
I need more time for that, which is
What was the
why
website
I'm
called?
gonna
Net20 what? Net20.
Net32, net32.com.
That's
It's
crazy.
basically like an eBay, and you can search for like the lowest price, and
That's
it's actually
crazy
pretty
though.
competitive out there.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
competitive out there. I'm looking at this. This is almost like an Alibaba version just for dental stuff.
it is, and they do really well. I don't know the exact numbers, and I don't know if they,
And this is only dental
hope.
stuff.
Yeah, it's only dental stuff. They do, I want to say, at least $1 million um, per month in
Dang.
just
Damn.
fees. I want to say, because they take almost 23% commission.
Whoa.
Wow,
It's high.
23%.
So
That's worse than
that, yeah,
Amazon.
it is. So that's why I'm looking into Amazon. But because they have like this dental niche, like the
The network.
demand
It's just
in
the network, that data, the customer data.
it's a customer data. They tell you which products are the best selling. So that's why I'm adding more products. It's based off of their
Algorithm, I
data
guess. Yeah.
that's compiled, and then making sure that that product has a good margin as well.
They probably have
So
brand recognition through the
yes,
dental
yeah,
industry.
they have that
So,
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
wow,
But
that's
Yeah.
it's doing pretty decent as a side gig, so I'm pretty happy, and hopefully this expansion will take it to the next level. Because I would like to work from home more, and I definitely can't do that with dentistry.
not
But,
in
you-
Texas
but,
at least until they
Yeah, no,
allow
no.
you to
No,
do teledentistry.
but Paul,
Mhm.
but Paul, you love implants. You gotta do some implants.
Oh yes. So I'm just doing 2 days a week. Well, this is the ideal
Oh,
plan. Is I'm
the
gonna work
specialist.
dental 2 days a week for maybe 5 hours per day, and just do implants.
Oh, okay. So you
Wow.
want to narrow it
So
down just to that niche, I guess. Got
yeah.
it. That makes sense.
Hmm. Just because it's the most profitable, I guess, for me, myself.
Gotcha.
Just how long it takes me, which isn't very long. And then the cost, the overhead, and then how long it takes me
Well, because you're
in
good
plants
at it,
is the way
that's
to
why
go.
you want
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, like experience. Yeah.
Mhm.
the experience behind that,
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like you're full in 2021, man.
Yeah.
So it's the stock options and then your side business. That's crazy. How do you balance that? And we two kids.
I know. I get asked that all the time, and honestly, I don't know how I do it.
You
I
sleep?
am tired. I am tired a lot, but I'm actually very happy. Actually, I'm very fortunate for COVID, just because I got to spend more time with family,
Of course.
which is why I'm going this route with my practice. Getting the associate, cutting time back, but also these side gigs as well, so that I can continue working from home, because I'm gonna get bored if I don't do anything from home.
Of
So I
course.
got to do
Yeah.
something. So and I really love this side gig, the TNP supply, and I also am really liking doing options trading as well. And I know I can do that from home. So I'm thankful for COVID, for happening, for allowing me to change gears like
It's a
this.
it's a force, a blessing in disguise to help you slow down a little bit,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's one of the things that I kind of happened to my in my I guess area as well. Zero travel. I gained 10 to 12 hours back. Allow me to start this podcast with Robert.
Yeah.
But then I was able to do other things as well. So for sure, yeah, it helps you reflect. To be honest, it makes you also
Yeah.
realign what's more valuable in your life.
Yes. Definitely.
Yes, and that's one thing though. So let me ask you this, Tonya. I know that you're very big on solar and EV stuff. I mean, you're in your first Tesla, second Tesla now.
First.
First Tesla, huh?
First Tesla.
First.
Which
Yes.
Tesla did you
Yes.
get?
First. I got the Model 3.
Model
The
Okay.
3.
Model
All
3.
right.
With a
It's
long
the Model
battery.
3 Performance. What
With
is
a
it?
performance, yeah. With a long battery, right?
Yes. They're the long range, and then the performance version of the long range.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
So how far? What's
I
your range on it?
this one is the 2019 model, so it's actually about 312 if I
Wow.
charge it to 100%.
Got it.
I don't know if it really gets that's just what it says, but depending on how you drive, that number will fluctuate.
Hmm.
So I always have it on percent. So I don't have it on miles. So I don't care about how much miles I have left, because there's this thing called range anxiety. And if you have it on that, the miles, then yeah, you're going to have range anxiety, because it's just going to fluctuate so drastically
Much,
based off how
yeah.
you drive.
I
So I just
see.
have it on percentage.
Which makes
I just
sense.
have it on percentage.
Did I
So I have.
Mike, did I
Yes,
ever
go ahead.
tell you that time when I got lost, or I like ran out of gas from going from Tahoe back to San Francisco?
No, you did not.
Oh my god, I'll tell you this story. So I went over there to go snowboarding, and then I'm driving back from Carson City to San Francisco,
You forgot to put
and
gas on.
and when I was leaving, I was like, before I leave Carson City, I need to put in gas, right? And so, because you go through the mountains and stuff, through Tahoe, so I forgot, and I was like driving through in a rental car, and it was like, it said how much miles I had left, right? And it was like, you have 20 miles left, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm in the middle of the mountains, and I'm like, oh god, I can't. I'm gonna run out of gas. So I was like, let me Google the closest gas station. All right, so I googled it. It's up like maybe 10 miles, and I was like, all right, I'll get there. I get there. It is like nobody there. It's like
Post.
a gas station and like a hotel, but there's nobody in the whole place, and so it's like deserted. And I was like, oh shit. So I had to drive. Like, I looked up, and like the next gas station closest to that point was like 12 miles in the opposite direction. And
You
I
have
was
to go
like,
back.
I had to go back
Oh
12
my
miles
god.
and go around. And I was like, I was freaking out because of that miles, it just goes down and down and down. And it gets to a point where it doesn't even give you a number anymore. It just says low mile, like low gas. So like I'm like I got to the point where I was like, oh god, I don't even know how far I have left. I'm gonna get stuck here. It's cold outside. There's nobody on the roads. Oh man, but luckily I got there, put in gas, everything was fine. But yeah, that's my story of almost dying.
Usually it's pretty good. Those gas card, they usually says a gallon just for you, just in case.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I was
And
there.
they don't tell you there's extra gallon there.
Yeah, that because I was there. They were like, yeah, it just stopped saying how many miles I had left and was like, you're low. Like you gotta get gas. Like you gotta go.
So Paul, have you ever got stuck in your Tesla and you just die in the middle of the road?
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
Thankfully. Yeah. Of
That's
of
good,
all
though.
the I guess the horror stories that you hear about the Model 3, thankfully I haven't had any of those issues. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've had it for 18 months so far.
Oh, nice. So you had it for a
Nice.
while now.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
I saw a video yesterday on Reddit. No, it's a Reddit or TikTok. Someone took a video of people driving, two people driving the Tesla, but they fell asleep driving it,
Oh yeah,
and there's
yeah.
this
I was watching
autopilot.
that. Autopilot.
It's literally like
Mhm.
it's like literally the guy was like this the whole time.
Yeah, the lady was like
This was in
that,
LA.
and then the guy was like this, and they're just
Yeah,
like letting it drive.
this was in LA
That's
too.
funny.
I was like, what the hell? And they went 55 miles an hour by themselves.
Wow,
That's
They actually
horrible.
they trust the car. I
they do.
I
Or
guess
they
they
were
got
just
around.
so tired. It was either they trusted it or they were like they couldn't stay
Well,
awake.
how did they get around with the hand wheel, the holding the wheel thing though? Because they had to get around with that somehow. Because Tesla is very annoying with that. Hey, you gotta hold the hand, touch it right every whatever 30 second or a minute,
Mhm.
something like that. How did they
I
get away
actually
with
have
that?
I actually have something for that. And it's actually a weight. It's a weight. It's magnetic weight clip. It clips around the steering wheel, and it provides
Oh,
just enough weight that once you activate the autopilot, it'll actually think you have your hands on the steering
oh
wheel.
my
Wow, Paul.
Yeah.
god.
So
Paul's
I
giving
have
all
had that, and I'm like, I
giving.
love it. Yeah.
So they sell this on Amazon, this device?
I got it off. Actually, I think they do have it on Amazon now, but I bought mine off AliExpress.
Okay, I gotcha. That's
Wow,
crazy.
that's
Yeah, I
don't
love
do
it.
this, people. Like
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
this.
listeners,
don't. Yeah, oh,
like
yeah.
this is not
We should,
advice.
we should tell Sammy to do this. Just kidding. That's
so
awesome.
so when are you gonna get your Model S?
Not sure yet. And I want them to do
I think you want the
a
Cybertruck.
body refresh, but I do have a reservation for the Cybertruck, so
Me
Cybertruck
too.
will actually be the second one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, I could really I don't really care for the Model S, but if I were to go for another Tesla, it would be the Roadster.
Oh, for
It
your
would be the
personal use.
Roadster.
That's for
Uh,
your
uh,
personal
I'll use it for business to meet up with
business.
you guys. Yeah,
Business expense.
to meet up
I
for the
see.
podcast, right?
Alright. So let me ask you this, Paul. Obviously, like you're a big believer in Tesla. He owns the Powerwall as well, and as well as the solar panels, right? You have
Yes,
4 Powerwalls, right?
I have 4 Powerwalls.
So how does the Texas work? Does it do net metering and they pay you back? And I mean, I know Texas is a little bit different than Florida.
Yeah, and that's a good question as well because I had to look into this. The reason why I went with Tesla or just solar
Mhm.
is that I knew that in Texas they had utility companies that did net metering in they call it their buyback program. So
So
they'll buy it
one-on-one.
back. A one-on-one actually, yeah.
Okay.
So one-on-one, but it
What does this all
varied.
mean? You guys are talking. I don't know what.
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
yeah, sorry for the
So,
listener. Yes.
oh yeah, for the listeners. So if you're just connected to the grid, you're only pulling battery from, or sorry, energy from the grid. So in the meter, it'll always go, in whatever direction. Um, be- oh, what? Yeah, I don't know which direction it is. Sorry, but the number's just going to keep going up because it's based off your usage in
Correct.
kilowatt hours.
Okay.
But if you have solar panels that put excess energy back to the grid, that's called net metering, because you're trying to create like
You're
a
providing
positive
energy to the
credit.
grid.
Uh
Positive
Yeah.
flow.
huh.
You want a
Uh huh.
positive.
Uh
Okay.
huh. hmm And so you normally in I guess older houses, they have to install a separate meter to measure this inflow and outflow versus just inflow.
Hmm.
But mine, they were able to remotely reprogram it, like
Because it's all
just
digital
the
now.
uh-huh,
Yes.
uh-huh. So I
Yeah.
was just very impressed. So on that day that I switched to Green Mountain, that's who I went with for the buyback program because they had one of the highest one-to-one buyback, which is 14.9 cents per kilowatt
Wow,
hour.
that's pretty good. That's
Uh-huh.
really good.
hmm So
So,
not even
so,
2 weeks. Oh, go ahead.
so let me think about this. Like, if I was thinking about the regular energy companies that happen, like if you just had a regular electricity, they have a meter outside where people come and then they look at the meter, they say it's this amount for this month, and then do they reset it or do they just leave it there and then like the next time they come, I don't even know how that works, right? So maybe they reset it, maybe they just mark the how much it is, and then so like that's all digital now. Like they don't do that anymore. They don't go around and like check your meters anymore.
hmm hmm
Okay, so then now
Yep.
those digital ones, they've set it up so they can measure how much you're putting back in through from your power walls to the meter, the system.
To the grid itself, correct?
I see.
Yeah. So you said 2 weeks. How much you produce in 2 weeks? Curious.
I don't have the exact numbers, but I got a text message from Green Mountain that said there's no need to pay for the bill
What?
this month because I have a credit for $13 and change
Wait,
or
so what
whatever.
is your average monthly bill cost?
Normally it's about 188.
Wow.
hmm
So
Yeah.
you make $200 pretty much.
Wait, you still
Yeah.
pay for electricity? I don't get it.
No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. He got a text saying that he didn't
No,
pay
but
for
like
electricity.
you said, normally you're still paying for electricity.
Oh,
No, before
this
that.
this was before I got solar.
Yeah.
Before I got solar, my average usage was about $188 per month.
Okay. So wait, so when did
Mhm.
you get these power walls in?
Well, I got them installed 1 month ago, but I was not allowed to
Uh,
power it on until the city
Approves it.
approves it. They have to come approve it, and then Encore, who's the main who owns the grid, I guess here, they have to give me a what is it called a permission to operate letter, and that took 2 to 3 weeks. So it wasn't until pretty recent, about 2 weeks ago, that I actually got to turn it on.
uh,
Uh-huh.
wait, so how
And
long have you had it on for?
about 2 weeks.
Oh, 2
2
weeks.
weeks. That's the
Uh-huh.
saying. 2
So
weeks. That's crazy.
so that means
Uh-huh.
like if you were going for a month, it'd be like you would get $200 back
Yeah.
every month.
Uh-huh. And we're in
Wow.
December too, so
And
we have the shortest daylight hours.
because the heater's on too.
Uh-huh. So here's on. So
Wait, you
I
have the heat
can't wait
on
till
as an
summer.
Asian person. You have heat on.
Yes, I do
You
actually.
you guys just don't put more blankets on. Like, that's not... Wow, this is a brand new Asian culture that's going on right
It
now.
is.
So
It is.
Robert, let's listen. Not only he makes $200 credit back probably in a month, he also saves another $183 and $189 on electricity bill as well.
Yeah, it's true.
So your ROI probably will get back in 8 years, not even.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I want to see how well the
Performance.
Texas summer, yeah, how well that works, because apparently that's supposed to be where like you build up a ton of credits. So
Oh.
the main one of the reasons to go with like solar and Powerwall is to not only put um, energy back to the grid, but you develop enough credits during the summer so that should you use the heater or the warmer or heater in the winter, then you
Yeah.
have credits to use, so you don't really have
So it
to
covers
pay
it.
out of pocket.
So it kind of covers everything.
But in the
Yeah. So
but is it really like? Oh, I guess it's more sunlight, so you get more back. But during the summer, you're using air conditioning more, right? Like that isn't.
yeah,
That's just how it
I,
works.
I'm actually so that's where I'm curious to see how well is this solar panel investment going to pay off or not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it
I mean,
feels like it's gonna pay off anyways, right? Like in the
yeah.
winter, it's already $200 in 2 weeks.
I think this is your
Like,
worst
that
case
seems-
scenario.
Yeah,
I feel this is your worst case scenario during December time.
yeah.
hmm hmm Yeah.
So let me ask you this: did you do it to the south side of your house only, or did you do it to the east and west as well?
Good question. So let's see. My door is facing, let's see, west, so north. East and west, but it wasn't based off my decision. It had to be approved by the city as
Oh,
well.
why?
So it had
Why
to
is that?
be. I'm not sure. Well, first it had to be designed by Tesla,
Of course,
and then Tesla, I guess, has to get, or we had to get, I don't know. They had to do something with the city and get like permission or get checked off for like the installation.
the permit. It's probably a
They had
permit
to
thing.
approve of it.
It probably is a
Yes. Oh,
permit.
that's it. That's it. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
permit. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, the permit is why they had to go through the city.
Gotcha. And I mean, your house is fairly new as well, right? So it probably
That's
it probably helped because this house
mhm,
is being fairly new though, because this kind of
that's
aligns with your
mhm,
roof. I get the span line of your roof.
mhm. That was another reason why I just moved forward with it. Yeah, the roof was just 1 year old because I got the house was built in early 2019.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been almost 2 years. And yeah, like you said, the warranty is about, I believe, 25 years
Yeah.
for the solar panels, and I think the roof is, I don't know, is it 20? Every
Yeah.
20 years you have to
Every
replace it.
20 depends. I really varies. 15 to 25 years. That's the range usually, especially if it's single architectural shingles, or it depends. Like if it's tiles, every 30 years.
Mm,
If it's
okay.
metals, like every 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that. So overall though, like, are you having a great experience, right? What do you see that, I guess, this, give us a future prediction. How do you think Tesla's going to do? And Robert thinks Tesla is overvalued. Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying that as a car company, it's overvalued, right? Like
Hmm.
I've changed my opinion on it, but honestly, it's still like overpriced in general. Like it's just way
I
more, and
on
like it's
paper I
valued
think so too.
it's valued way more than it actually is because there's no justification for it. It goes
Hmm.
up because it's been going up. It's a momentum stock. It's not a there's no
Yeah.
justification for it.
But it's
Like
not
if
a car company though. I,
I'm
I
not
still
I'm
I,
not saying that anymore, right? Like I don't care about
yeah.
if it's a car company or energy company or whatever, but it goes up just because it's Tesla. It doesn't go up because Elon Musk said anything. Like he could
True.
say something and be like, "Oh, we're going to release this." And then it goes up or it goes down, right? He says nothing, there's no news, and it just goes up.
Well,
And
people
that
short
makes no
Tesla.
sense.
Well, there's a lot of people who short Tesla, who try to make gains out of it. You know what I
They
mean?
all lose. They all
Yeah.
lose. Like it doesn't matter. Like I did that like 8
A while
years
ago.
ago. I was shorting Tesla and I never won. And then recently I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go with it. I'll go with the momentum, but it makes no sense to me the value that it's at right now.
So,
And
Paul, what do
that's
you
what
think? Tell us your thoughts. I'm just curious because I
I
know you've been
I
close to
I I, act- I agree with Robert. Tesla is overvalued. I feel like it's valued. Um, what's the wording? Like it's valued as if we were, about 5 to 10 years like into the future,
right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's what I feel. Yeah, it's like it's gonna go down as like number one meme stock in
Yeah.
history. um, Okay, predictions. Well, I feel they're definitely coming out with the version 3 of the Powerwall, which is I think
Yeah.
going to have double the battery density,
Correct. It's
which
double
is
battery
I'm
density.
kind of
Yeah.
like envious of that because I didn't want to wait, and I also want to take advantage of the I think it's like 20% federal tax credit
Yep.
if you get a solar system this year. So that's another reason why I just went ahead. But I know they're going to come out with a version 3. I'm going to be very envious of that. I hope it's backwards compatible because I might go for that. Because
So
yeah,
you can just
charging
swap
the
it. So
Cybertruck.
you can just swap it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking either swap it or just like add on to it.
What does the
Oh, you're gonna add
capacity
on to it.
Just
do?
Wait, yeah.
because
How much space do you have in your garage? Hey, you want to add on to it?
yeah, so you can have up to 10 power walls connected together.
Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't want to. Obviously don't want to pay that much. That's just insane. The power walls are still pretty expensive, by
Yeah.
itself. Um, but that's my prediction. So version 3 power wall. And
Wait, before you move on, what is this battery? What does the battery capacity do?
it just determines like how much it can store. So
But you
right
don't really
now
store anything,
it's
right? You like it goes back to the grid. So why would you need storage?
I want the storage. So my goal is to be off the grid. I never want to pull from the grid, but I have to be connected to the grid if I want to participate in the buyback program. So during the day, okay. So here's like a normal day. So right now, if let me see if I can. Probably can't see the phone, but this is the app. Sorry, yeah,
No
I know it's
worries.
bad. It's the Tesla app, and it's showing that my home is now pulling power just from the Powerwall, and it'll keep doing that until it drains all 4 Powerwalls, which it's not going to do just overnight unless we have the dry running and I'm charging my car to 100%. Then it'll like really drain it. But what normally happens is by the time the sun rises the next day, my batteries, my Powerwall goes from 100% to maybe about 66%, and then it does take a little bit of time to charge back to 100 because the sun slowly goes up to its peak.
Yeah.
But once it's at its peak, the Powerwalls have already charged 100%, and it's now pushing the excess
Wow.
energy to the grid.
It only takes 5 hours to charge 100%. That's so
It,
crazy.
less than that. Like today, I timed it. It took 3.5 hours to charge to
Wow.
100%. But that's from about 60-ish%, 65%. So
That's
65 to
still pretty
100% to about
fast though.
35% it's not bad. Yeah, and it's
And
also
then
it's
and then
probably
all the
also because I
excess
have
goes to the grid, and you get money for
yes,
that.
yes, and it's a 1-to-1 credit. So yeah, per kilowatt it's 14.9 cents per
And
kilowatt.
how much do you how if you pulled from the grid, how much is the energy cost per kilowatt?
The exact same, so 14.9 cents
Oh,
per kilowatt.
so it really
So
doesn't
they make it
matter
simple.
that you have like a bigger battery, because you could pull back. Like it's still gonna send out the same amount, and you're gonna pull it back, and it's gonna be the same cost. You don't lose any money
Yes,
there.
you don't, but the downside is I'm coming from paying about 8 to 9 cents per kilowatt before I had the panels. And so if you
Oh,
want to
I see.
participate in these like 1-to-1 types of buyback programs, you obviously, well, I wanted to pick the highest payout, but they had options with lower payouts with the 1-to-1. But I just wanted to be completely off the grid. Don't ever want to use power from the grid, which is why I went with 4 Powerwalls. But now hindsight is 2020. I don't think that's enough. The goal was to have enough Powerwall battery for a week, and
It's
after
okay.
the fact,
You're gonna get the
and
version
I'm
3
like,
one coming out. You're gonna add 2 more power
yes,
walls. Don't worry.
yeah, exactly,
And
yeah.
this takes up
That's
space
it.
in your garage.
Garage.
It takes up
It does
space.
actually. It does actually. Let's see. I wish I could give you like dimensions. I can look it up on the site.
You can send the pictures over on the WhatsApp
Yeah,
later on. It's fine.
we can
Yeah.
show it later. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
Actually,
interesting.
I think Tiff sent me some pictures. Did she? Hang on. Let me see. I might have
She,
them.
Like what would
I
you
might have a
compare it to
video.
if you like a size comparison? Is it like
It is okay, so each one is close to 250 pounds.
It's
It's
pretty
like
heavy.
heavy.
ooh.
It's heavy AF.
It's your height, right? It's about your height, like
It's
5'8",
not
5'9".
quite my height. I would say it's maybe chest level, maybe
Okay.
my chest level, and it is pretty wide.
So it's 5 feet tall at
It's all
least.
wide.
That sounds like it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
it's
how
it's a
tall are you?
decent
7.
size. Yeah, it's a decent size.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's about
So
chest
Paul's
level. Yeah.
5'9", so it's 5 feet tall.
Okay. All right, that
Yeah.
sounds about right. 5 feet tall. Okay.
Yeah. And there's probably and probably maybe another 5 to 6 feet what width.
And they have
So
to be against the wall. They can't be like 3 and 3 or 2 and 2, like in front of each other.
That's what I did. My configuration was actually 2 and 2,
Oh, so you
but it
could
has to
just
be
like
against the wall.
you could just have like 12 of them, and
You
then
could,
instead of a car, you have like all your
you
Tesla.
could,
wait,
but they
doesn't
limit
it
you to
heat
10.
though? Doesn't it heat? Or
Does it
does
get
it cool
hot?
down very well? Yeah, does it get hot? Yeah.
Oh, it has a very efficient cooling system.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I've touched it and it's pretty cool to the touch, but it could be the case. I could, but
Oh, okay. So you don't feel in
it
the
does not get
garage
hot.
being warming up your garage at all. Like its own natural
Mm-mm,
heater in the garage.
mm-mm,
Okay,
no,
that's good though.
If
yeah,
that was the case, if it heated up the garage, like that's extra heat for you. Like you don't have to go.
yeah,
you just pipe that heat in, and you don't even have to use the heater.
exactly.
Oh, that's awesome though. Well, I'm glad to hear that that's working out for you. So, all right, so we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna go to the extra energy session, and and then we'll come back and we'll talk about a little bit more about your day trading things and or your
Okay.
or
Yeah.
the option trading. So, you want to start sharing your story, Robert, or you have a meme, or or you have the
So
poker thing?
I had a meme, but since we're talking to a dentist, I'll tell a story, right?
Okay.
So uh I was like when I was working at my old company, my coworkers would go out to lunch, and I was like, there'd be days where I'd just be too busy and I just wouldn't go out. So there was one day they were like, oh, we're gonna go to Smoothie King or like one of these smoothie places and get a smoothie, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't really want a smoothie, but what else do they have there? And like, oh, we have like avocado toast and like different things, and I was like, all right, get me an avocado toast, right? So they come back, they go and they pick up the toast, they bring it back to me. I eat like half of it during the day, and it's like really hard bread, right? Like I was like, this bread is so hard. So I was like eating it. I ate half of it. At the end of the day, my coworker was like, you need to finish this. Like, why don't you finish your meals when you're working? I was like, I'm busy, right? So I was like, all right, let me finish it. And I go and I take, I want to say it was like the last bite of this bread of this toast, and I have like a fake tooth here, like a bridge,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
it broke off. Like that was so hard that it broke my tooth. Like
Oh my God.
it broke my tooth. I was like, oh my god, this sucks. And I think I swallowed it. I don't think I have that
You
tooth
you
anymore.
swallowed it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
no.
I don't know. I don't think I know where the tooth went. And then I go talk to my coworker. I was like, oh, I was showing them. I was like, oh my god, this place broke my tooth. Like the bread, it was so hard. And they're like, oh man, when we were picking up this toast, we were talking about it. We're like, oh man, this toast is so hard. The bread is so hard, it could break someone's tooth. Like that's what they
So you were talking about it before. That's
they were saying
hilarious.
it when they were there, and when they came back, they brought it to me. They didn't say anything to me. So, and then it actually
They
happened. I
didn't
was
warn
like,
you.
oh,
They didn't warn you at all.
yeah. So that's led
Oh
me
my
on to
goodness.
like a whole trip, and now I'm like looking to get an implant into this spot
Okay.
where it used to be like a bridge, and then but then now like they're like, oh, there's not enough space, so you need orthodontist work to like open up the space to put an implant in. So
Mhm.
like, oh, it went through this whole process.
Oh.
Been like a year now, and like,
Oh no.
oh man, that's my experience as like with implants. Like this is
Oh
this
my
is where
goodness.
this is how I got to where I'm at right now.
That's crazy. All right. Paul, do you have a funny story or meme or you would like to share, or kind of, or a picture, whatever? Doesn't matter.
Hmm.
If you don't, it's no big deal.
Any story? Yeah, I'm trying to think of one of me with okay. It's I guess it's dental related. I was working as an associate at one of their bigger offices, and I was helping them move boxes. And as I bent over, my pants split in the back.
No.
No.
Yeah, and this is midday, and our gowns don't cover our backs. It's an open back,
Yeah.
so even a gown could not cover me up. So there's a lot of laughter whenever I walked by.
What did you do? Did you go home?
No, I just finished work, and then I went home. I did
Oh,
not
so you
have.
didn't care. I was
You
like,
didn't even
whatever.
care.
I
You didn't
just
put like
I'm just like,
a.
you know what? Just just
You have like
You
the
didn't-
open
walk
back.
around.
You have the open back, so you can just put two of them on, one forward, one
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Yeah, that's what I should have done.
So you just didn't care.
Yeah, he's just like whatever.
Yeah, because it was more of I was just helping that office out, so yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
really
I never
care.
see those people again. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
That's pretty funny though.
Mhm.
Mike, what you got for us?
All right, so I got two funny pictures. Here's the first one. So we're talking about the holidays, people taking family photos. So if you look at WhatsApp and for those who are listening on our podcast, it's a picture of a family, someone taking a family photo during the holidays, and then someone holding a alongside mirror on the far left side, and and the
Okay, so
caption
that they're
said,
in the picture. That's perfect.
yeah. So the title says, "How to get everyone in the family picture." So you can see the
Oh,
person
that's good.
taking a picture of the picture in the mirror.
They have
was
they have
good.
like timers on them.
I know. I'm surprised they didn't use a timer. I guess they didn't have a tripod. And this was like 1 day ago, by the way.
Wow. Like, yeah, I guess that's the way to do it.
Yeah. And obviously, speaking of holiday, the second one is a video of somebody give them a gift, and it's wrapped around. It's pretty much, I wrapped up my brother's a present in concrete, and he got it for Christmas, and so pretty much he gets a gift, and he's gonna unwrap it, and as he's unwrapped, it looks like it's pretty heavy.
All right, let me look. Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah. And he opens it up, and and he and he opens up into a small box that's like duct tape.
I can't even get to this, Karen.
And it's empty. The box is empty.
Wait, this box that he's opening right now is empty?
Yeah. And then he gets a hammer. He has to hammer his gift out.
Oh. So he literally just gave him that box just to give him false
Is there
hope.
something in there?
Yes.
He concretes his whole gift.
Oh my.
Yeah. But the whole gift though is cement. It's made out of concrete around it, so you have to hammer it out.
Oh my god. Wait, how long is this video? 2 minutes?
Yeah. He's hammering the concrete.
Dang, this is just nuts.
A couple days ago.
Man, this is commitment to the bit right here. So like,
I know, right?
to really put concrete
I wonder
all
what
over
the
the
gift is. And now he's chiseling the
Oh,
concrete.
there's a
to break it apart.
sledgehammer now.
Yeah.
What is the gift?
And yes, that's a pop.
Alright,
Epoxy.
get into it.
Oh my god, what if this is like an iPhone and he messed it up?
I'm gonna have to clean this up.
Probably could be an
see
iPhone,
where?
could be some AirPods, never know.
I want it to be like nothing inside. Socks.
So
A
he
pair
pulls
of
out a
socks.
tiny little box. Socks, a pair of socks. Yes, correct. All that work is for a pair of socks, orange and blue socks.
I know. Feel bad for him.
Oh man.
I'm just surprised he went to the trouble to break that.
Yeah, I don't know anything that I want enough that I would run through that whole process.
To sledgehammer to chisel out the whole thing.
And
I don't
he's a chisel, he's a sledgehammer, he's a hammer. I don't know. I'm like, you know what? I'm okay without the gift. Thanks for thanks for that.
All right. Well, okay. So going back, so Paul, for the second segment of this piece, obviously 2021. Do you think that we're gonna get this crazy rally, all-time high market, like we did in 2020? Even though we had that dip in March and then everything just went back to all-time high. Do you think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, where do you think the market is right now?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like it's getting a little lofty. I know
Oh.
it's going under its correction. I mean, when it was hitting around when SPY was hitting around 370,
Yep.
I've already felt that was like
Shaky.
the
Shaky.
high. Yeah. I feel like there's something that's gonna come up, like a rug pull or something.
What do you mean by that?
So
Like a
a rug pull is usually just when the market takes a little corrective dip.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But not
SPY
but not like a massive
Yeah.
corrected dip.
Oh no. Yeah, no.
You don't think
I feel like that.
you don't think there's gonna be like a 2008 type of thing where it bottoms out?
I think it might, maybe not beginning of 2021, but I feel like it's coming. Some things
I
are
feel like
brewing.
I feel like we may have another year of this.
Hmm
Another
That's
year
what
of continuous growth.
A little bit of continuous growth, but like you said, Paul, some kind of there's just shakiness. You can tell there's some shakiness already for sure.
hmm hmm Yeah, I feel market hasn't quite corrected itself yet, and like you said, it's still like a little shaky. I do see maybe short term a little short-term bullish trend,
Yeah.
and then probably some sort of corrective movement.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that we had coronavirus? We had that dip in March, right? Which was, uh, uh, we and then after that, like it was right at the beginning of COVID and the pandemic. But then after that, we haven't seen any resistance at all, and it just keeps going higher. Like why? Like why would this happen? Like why would there be such a tiny dip in March and then
I
like
think
nothing's gotten better. Like
Mhm.
like I guess the stock market doesn't really tell you how the economy is doing,
no, it
but it's
doesn't. There's no.
still
It's
but
not
it
necessarily
still
correlation.
makes no sense with all of this stuff going on that our markets are at all-time highs.
Mhm. Yeah, I think this stock market is a playground for
A
the
lot of rich
elites
people.
and the very wealthy,
Yep.
and they're not gonna let this playground go.
Disappear. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna let another dip like this happen unless they know about it, which I'm sure they do about the COVID dip because
There's
there
a
was
lot of
like
money
this
movement.
graph.
In January, there's
Yeah,
a lot of movement. I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah. You could tell there was like a lot of like selling of positions around like January, February by senators because I
Yeah.
think they had to report it or something. So like there was like a little graph that showed that they knew about it before, and but um, I believe that the stock market is manipulated. We just have to play by their rules if we want to make money, and that kind of goes into why I like options flow, which is a very kind of recent thing. um, I have played options in the past, but I just didn't know what I was doing. Lost good amount of money, and now I'm back playing options with Blackboxstocks and Cheddar flow, and I just feel with these two tools, I'm able to be more not one step ahead. I guess yeah, one step ahead of the retail investor. So I kind of have like a little bit more insight on where the big money's flowing, and then I'll just follow the money
So what made
if
you
the
decide to
chart
get
looks.
into this? Like, how'd you find out about it? How'd you get into like? I mean, obviously, you play a little bit option before. You got your hands burned. But what made you get the confidence to do it again? And then, not, obviously, having this tool, how'd you find out about it?
Um, it was the I guess I had to find traders that were good at options first,
Yep.
but taught it because there's a lot of these just alerts. They'll tell you, okay, entry exit. Okay, yes, it can be good to a certain point, but I want to learn how to do that. I want to get as good as you. So I actually paid for several of these trading services in just learning, and some I like, some I didn't like, and so I've come down and narrowed it down to Cheddar Flow and Blackboxstocks because of a few reasons. Cheddar Flow, just their UI is just very looks good, very easy on the eyes, easy to use. I like that. And cost. I got it for maybe I think it was like 40% off or 50% off one time. It was like a Black Friday deal. Was it Black Friday? I can't remember, but it was a deal. And then Black Box Stocks I really like because they have a very strong community, and they also teach you how to read charts.
Yeah. There's a whole
And
series of
yeah,
homework. They tell you, hey,
yeah,
go through this homework. Literally, they go through this, like, go through this homework before you even do anything.
Oh
And
really?
it's a long ass list of homework. I'm like, holy
mhm,
shit. I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, there's so much to do.
They have webinars almost every like
They
weekday
text
night
you. They
too.
even text you to remind you, hey guys, there's a
hmm
woman up coming next
hmm
morning. Yeah.
hmm So that's what kind of got me back into options is, hey, there's this very supportive community, very big on education. They want people to learn. And I just like I guess the risk reward of trading options. And I don't hold them for long. I sell them practically same day, maybe even within the 30 minutes of each
So what do
other.
you
I don't
trade? Do
hold it
you
very
trade on
long.
TD Ameritrade? What do you trade?
Oh, what do I trade? Fidelity and Webull.
Okay, so we both. So that means you have a brokerage account there. I'm guessing a margin account as well. Because
Yes,
I thought they
believe you have
flag people
to.
for day trading.
I think you can. Oh, I have a cash account. Sorry, I have a cash account, so
Okay.
I'm not affected by PDT. but I do have to wait until I have to wait until funds are settled to play options. But I like that they're settled the very next day, which is another reason why I like options, because with stocks and you sell, it's the T plus 2 days. So you gotta wait 2 days before the funds are settled to play. And that's kind of long for me. I just feel like there's, I just want settled funds on hand for opportunities. That's all I'm looking for, the
Gotcha.
right opportunity based off the options flow, and then just jump in and try to exit before everyone else exits.
Hmm.
So
So do you have
yeah,
like a
it's fine.
do you have like a risk calculator in a sense yourself? Obviously, you don't trade 100% of your cash stock, so you try to
Uh-huh.
keep it within a certain percentage. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I try to keep it to. I don't know what the percentage is, but for me, my comfort level is a thousand,
Okay.
$1,000 per like options contract. It's not by quantity, obviously, but just however many contracts it takes to get up to 1,000. That's my limit that I'm willing to
That's your
lose.
max. That's your
Willing to
max.
lose
Got
it
it.
all. Uh-huh.
Got it. Okay.
But I won't go all 1,000 first. I'll go for like a starter, like 1 to 2, 3 maybe contracts, and then depending on which direction it goes, I may either double down or add more as it continues going up.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of like my strategy.
So let me ask you this though, and I guess sounds like you kind of essentially it's
Let's
almost day trade.
take a step back, right? And we're talking about options. Like maybe people don't know what options are,
Yeah.
and let's like explain what are options. Because I know all of us probably we're like we've been playing this stuff for a while, so we all know. But like, if someone who's listening doesn't know what an option is, how can we explain what that is to them?
Yes.
Well,
So an
I mean,
option
you
is
want to take a stab
just
at it, Paul?
a yeah. I'll try. It's a contract. It's a contract that either allows you the right to purchase 100 shares at a specific strike price, or sell at a specific strike price. So that would then fall into either a call or a put. That hopefully that's like the most basic, but it goes into much more in depth from
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for those listening, that's just an option is a way to leverage 100 shares of a certain stock for less than what it would cost if you paid 100 shares for a certain
And he has an
stock.
expiration date, so therefore, depending on the expiration date, the price fluctuates. And part of it that because you can always so like Paul said, call option is more like your stock's gonna go a certain price range, buy or if you think the stock's gonna drop, you buy a put option.
Yeah. So like a call option is, say you think Amazon, I don't know. Say you say some stock is $100 right now. You think it's gonna go to 150, then you would buy a call option. It lets you leverage. It
A
lets
certain
you.
time frame.
It
For a
lets you
certain time frame.
basically time, or basically trade on 100 shares versus trading on just one share as normal. And the price is usually lower, or it's
Correct.
usually
It's cheaper.
cheaper. And then so you could
Yes.
use that money to
Yeah.
exponentially make money or lose money depending on
Correct.
how the
Yeah,
market
it pretty much
goes.
it allows the holder to buy the asset at
Yeah.
a state price, within
Yeah.
that specific time frame. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, for people who want to find out more, you check out investopedia.com. They're really good about explaining stuff to the.
Mm-hmm.
They have really good intro.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Paul. Like, it seems like you're comfortable using Blackbox and stuff like that. I guess why don't more people sign up for this kind of stuff? It sounds like it's kind of like as long as you're willing to pay for it, and people can sign up for this.
How much is Blackbox? Because I'm looking at Cheddar Flow. I see like the pricing plans and stuff. But I don't see a pricing thing on Blackbox.
Blackbox is only invites only,
Oh, it's invite only.
right?
And they are having a end of the year special, and it's $859, I believe, for the annual plan, whereas it's normally $959.
Yep.
And in 2021, they're actually raising it above $959. So that's another reason why I went with Blackbox. But to answer your question, why don't more people use it, is
Yeah.
the cost. That's the first barrier. They're not willing I find a lot of people not willing to pay $99 a month, or the $900 for a year plan. They're just not willing to pay
Really,
for
but
that.
they're willing to risk to go option by themselves. I'm
Exactly,
surprised about that. That makes
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, they
I think
want
they
the
don't.
free route. They
I think they don't know the value of it, right? Like, so you're
Mhm,
paying $900 or $99 a month or whatever, but
mhm,
how much are you going? Like, I feel like a regular trader might just be like, I don't trade options that often, right?
Yeah.
One, like, and two, like, this is seems like a level, like there's a level that you need to be at in investing to understand it and make money off of it. And am I gonna make $99 a month off of it?
Yeah, that's true. To get you
mhm,
out,
mhm,
just to break even,
Just
right?
to break even
mhm,
of
Yeah.
off of
mhm,
like what we're
mhm.
spending.
Yes.
But I
And
mean,
and you will in just
but
one trade.
when I was trying to explain this to another friend of mine, they thought I was like, "Oh, this is like like a MLL scheme." I'm like, "How's this an MLL scheme?"
Uh-huh. Mhm,
Like then, because the thing is that you don't make money unless you do something yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not like you're trying to sell something to somebody else. You know what I mean? So it's like
mhm, mhm.
so Robert, that you can follow different mods in there to see how they're doing,
Mm.
and because they showed their own trace as well.
Wait, who shows? The teachers? The people who are teaching you? Or the
So they have
people
what
who are
Yeah,
6 to 7 mods,
they actually have 12.
12 mods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have 12.
oh, the moderators of
Yeah.
the
yeah,
okay.
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm,
So they show their trades, and not only that, one of them I think has like a small account challenge. They started with like 3 grand or 2 grand, something like that, and it
mhm.
shows, and they do the trade to try to get it up there, things like that, and within a certain time frame.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. Their goal
I
is
like
20
watching that.
percent per month in gains for the small account challenge. I haven't really been following the
Yeah,
when
20%
they
is actually
opened
pretty
it.
hard though.
It is.
Yeah,
But if they're able to do it, you'll like what triple over more than triple in 12 months if you follow them. Like
yeah.
I think it's great.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if you have $3,000, right, and you're making 20%,
per month.
that's per month. That's $60 a month, right?
But
Six.
isn't
Oh,
it
600.
like
Sorry.
cumulative, right?
Yeah,
Because it's like 20% of like
600. Right.
the previous
Okay, that
total.
makes sense. I
Right.
understand now.
yeah.
600 a
Yeah,
month.
but it's still pretty hard because it's your option trading, so your risk is still pretty up
The
there
risk is
though.
high. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
but yeah, I've been keeping an eye on that for a while now since I joined. So I haven't done anything yet, just because
Oh, you
I'm
haven't?
still no, still doing the homework list.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's so much homework.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh
you
my
guys need to
goodness. I remember
send me
going
an
through it.
invite to this so I can join this black box thing.
Are you willing to put $900 in there? See.
I'll do it if I can make back
No, it will.
$900. Like that's fine.
You Yeah,
You
if you
would.
follow one of the moderators, who I don't think he'll mind, but Thu Kang, he just loves the big cap stocks. So like Roku, Netflix, Tesla, Apple.
Hmm.
And yeah, if you follow one of his trades on a Friday, you'll what they call Fridays their 1,000% Fridays, but they do
Wait,
get
why?
trades that go to 1,000 because they are able to find trades that go to 1,000%
Are you
on
serious?
Friday.
Jesus.
Because on Fridays weeklies expire, and you know how weeklies will move
Oh, that's
exponentially.
true.
That's how they can hit 1,000% plus
Uh,
on Fridays.
Mike, I'll do it. One trade,
One
1,000%.
trade, yeah.
That's
Well,
all
okay,
I need.
Paul, explain the tool though, because I think the technology behind Blackbox actually, that's what's nice about it. Explain the tool to
Yeah.
Robert and for those
Mhm.
listeners, whatever it is.
Okay. I'll try it because so they as in the moderator, and one of the moderators, or I think two of them, they're the coders. They coded this. They call it the algo or algorithm to look into the options flow, like just by like the second. So a dashboard that you can access through their site. You have to. It's like a member only like type of portal. And it actually has two options. They have one for stocks, which I don't really frequent, but they have one for options. And the options dashboard has a few, I guess, windows One is like a live chart of just one stock, and then options flow just as they come in. But you can filter by either call, puts, and then if above the ask, if there's a sweeper, block, whatever. There's a bunch of filters, and then the last one on the side is any dark pool info that comes in, and I find that really helpful as well. So that's what I know of the dashboard. But the coders, I guess, or the software programmers, haven't really, it's all like proprietary, so they're not going to reveal it. And they have tried to sue some other groups that try to steal their software too. So
Mm.
I know they're very kind of hush hush about it, but that's just on the consumer end of the dashboard is how Blackbox works. But they also have a Discord, which I find very helpful. But they're also on Twitter as well. So they're on multiple platforms because not everyone can use, I guess, let's say Twitter or Discord at work,
Yeah.
and some people do trade at work. But
Some people.
I am some people, yeah, like me.
Yeah, you trading at work doesn't really sound that bad at all. It's your own company.
I know, right?
It's someone like Mike or me
Seriously,
who's
you-
like using our work computers to like make trades.
I wouldn't use my own computer to do anything because I work for an audited company, so I gotta be careful with some of that. So
Oh,
no,
man.
but it's just definitely been for me, worst case scenarios. It's been definitely interesting to see stuff and learn. I've definitely learned a lot that I don't think I would have learned on my own, and I should look for it. You know what I mean? Like because it's like what you don't know, you don't know what to look for.
Yeah, I kind of quit options a while ago because
But it's not even just an option, just understanding the market a little bit better.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But I quit options a while ago because I was playing. I think I end up net positive, but I was like following this one pharma company, and it would go from like $8 to $16, back to $8, back to $16. Like it was pretty consistent. Like if it's at $8, eventually it's gonna go to 16, and eventually it's gonna go back down. So I was playing that. I played options on that, and I made a bunch of money. And then one day came and just took all of my profits. It went the opposite way, and I was like, "Oh shit!" and now at that point, I was like, "All right, I think I'm done." Also, I was trading. I was shorting Tesla, and that never worked. So, I at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna go the slow and steady route and just invest
Yeah.
in ETFs and let the market do what it does. Invest
Well,
in certain companies I know they're always gonna go up. Like that type of stuff.
Well, you have different portfolios, right? The whole point is diversification, right? Paul, you probably have your long-term portfolios, which is your stocks, your ETFs, and then you have probably your short-term stuff that you probably play with daily or weekly, whatever it is. You can't mix the bag. I do the same thing. I have my long-term stuff I don't touch at all, and I have my short-term stuff as well, though.
Yeah, but after that, I just stopped even playing the market.
Yeah.
I just stopped. I was like, I was gonna put it all away and then just let it go. And then every once in a while, I'll take some money out and play with it.
At the end of the day, it's hard to beat the market itself. And obviously, even hedge fund had trouble doing that, right?
Right.
But the whole point is that this gives you a little bit of leverage to follow the big money to see at least what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
I wanna like, I would pay the 900 just to like learn what they're looking at. Right. It makes and just to get that knowledge. It seems like good information for someone who's interested versus I don't know if a normal person would want to invest this $900 because I don't know how much they get out of it, but I feel like I would like just understanding it gives you more knowledge and understanding.
Yeah, and it also makes you realize, like, man, we're playing with chump change compared to these people. No, seriously, we're playing with chump change compared to some of these people. I'm like, which mod did you think you follow that you recommend for Fridays?
Oh, for Thu King, THUT.
I marked him. Yeah, he actually has some pretty good trades himself.
He does, and he posts the charts, and he actually tries to teach you. He explains, this is why I went in the trade. This is what I'm looking for. He gives you like alerts along the way if you're able to go on the Discord voice channel. he'll actually he'll be like, okay, I'm watching these tickers today. Look for these to break a certain support or resistance, and then you go in. I find that very helpful because yeah, as a still a novice, trader, I need some guidance, and I feel like Black Box is worth it. Like I've already made, I've already that one trade, just one trade can potentially pay for a full year, and then you have like the full another like full almost full year to really just make even more money.
Thousand
But
X. That's
they're
all I'm
all
looking for.
about like yeah, they're all about risk management too. They're like just like please do not go all in. Please do not YOLO. They're like
Oh,
they're
Please
good.
do
They're
not
good
YOLO.
people.
Do not
Good-hearted
YOLO.
people.
don't
Yeah,
YOLO.
yeah,
They're not Wall
yeah,
Street bets, huh? Like I follow
yeah.
Wall
They're
Street
not.
bets
No.
No,
too.
I think the recommendation is like 30% of your portfolio, right? I'm not more than that, or something like that. They
Depends. Yeah, it depends on the mod.
yeah.
But
Well, Jenny's
yeah.
a risk mod. She's crazy.
Mhm.
It depends on your
Mhm.
risk
Your
appetite.
tolerance.
Mhm.
That's
There's
true
risk
too.
tolerance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, there's
Mhm.
certain mods
Mhm.
that are just a little bit crazy though.
They are more risky, but some of them have some good, like really good trades too. And
Yeah.
yeah, you just
Yeah, I wanted to see their past 2020, the whole chart of their ROI on their trades. I
mhm,
just want to
mhm.
see that. Hopefully they post
Same.
that. You know.
They don't, but I feel I hope someone will put in the time to do that.
Because they post all of their
Because I'm
trades,
curious.
right?
They do.
So
Mhm.
somebody
So
can
you
go
could go
through
back,
and
yeah.
like look at all of it.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. And just track it. Yeah, because they tell you when they sell, they tell you when they go in.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they're very transparent. So what I like about it because they're very transparent about it.
Yes. Thu King, he actually posted his Excel sheets on like his like either monthly or weekly trades and his like win percentage, and it was just so high that someone made a comment saying, well, I should just like follow you, blindly and just put a bunch of money into each of your trades. And that's when he stopped doing that. He stopped
Oh,
posting up his like Excel sheets. And I'm like, dang it, you people like
it takes
ruin a
one
good
person
thing.
to ruin it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
keep your mouth shut up.
So
You know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that. So, but he's good. So yeah, if you just want to stick with like big caps or large caps, yeah, Thu King,
Gotcha.
he's got some very solid trades. Very good trader.
So
Hmm
so okay. So do you think that obviously with 2021 just coming here right now. So overall, do you think this year it will be you still think it's a positive trend in the market then, huh? Overall.
Mm,
I mean, obviously we're not expert, you know what I mean? In a
yeah.
sense,
hmm
it's just seen it through. I guess the government will be a bit more stabilized. I guess COVID hopefully is it's been more control, right?
Round
There's
two's
a lot of
coming.
hmm
Round two's coming. I saw
it's already
UK.
here.
UK has round
Mm.
two, and
LA has it already.
the new one.
Yeah, LA has it already.
Oh, really? When did this
Yeah.
happen?
I saw the news on Friday on this.
Oh
That's it.
snap! That's it.
Hang on.
We're done. It's it.
Hang on. LA new strand. Hang on. Or COVID. Hang on. I
I
remember
saw
seeing.
it was in France. Like it transferred over to France recently, but I
I'm
didn't
not
see
surprised
the
about
US.
that.
All right,
Is
yeah.
it?
So just
Okay.
2020, same
So
as
yeah, I mean, if
20.
there's round two, then I hope there's a chance for us to buy on maybe
On
a
a
nice
dip?
dip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
and
your
then
cash, right?
exactly.
But
Yeah.
like based on 2021 or 20 based on 2020, like the dip didn't really
Yeah, it's
happen.
probably not going to happen again, though. No,
Yeah, I
For
agree.
they're not going to have. Yeah, they're not going to let that happen again. I think not for a long time. But I'm just going to follow just
The big
the
money.
options flow. Yeah, just follow where the big money is, and just try to exit before they exit. So
Yeah.
that's another thing that I've learned is
Try to get a piece of it.
yeah, just don't get greedy is what I've learned. I've lost by holding too long. But I don't know, it's but it's weird. Like hindsight's always 2020. Sometimes you have some trades where like, oh, if I had held, I would have gotten more. But
Yeah.
then, oh, if I had held, then oh, I would have lost.
But
So
but
to
it's
me,
greediness though. See, you gotta be
yeah, yeah,
happy what
yeah,
you have.
yeah.
So
And that's something that I've had
hit
to learn.
minimum 30% gains.
Hmm
Exit
minimum
out.
30%. No, I'm looking for the 1000%. It's
yeah,
1000% or bust. This is how it works.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All in, right? All in.
All in. I
Mhm.
won't go all in, but I'll go 30%. Like that seems like a good 30%, 1,000% or nothing. That's like
Uh,
great.
All right. Well, so Paul, okay, I know we're coming out at the end of the hour. I know you have dinners coming up soon, but so let me ask you this. For 2021, in a sense, do you think Tesla's gonna break 1,000?
Ooh, okay, well, my answer is going to be a little biased because I had a little insight to an options flow for Tesla expiring September of 2021.
Yeah.
And I believe the bet was it was either 900 or over 1,000. So
Okay.
I feel Tesla will either get very close to 1,000 or break 1,000 by the end of 2021.
Wow.
Hmm.
Really?
Hmm.
So that means I should
It's
hold
at
on to my
7
regular
right now,
shares.
right? It's at 7.
And it's six.
Almost
No,
7.
remember it did the 600, and then now it's around 630, 640.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to consolidate a little bit here, and then hopefully they. I think it'll go up if they have really good numbers for Q4. If they
Yeah.
sell,
And I think they have a
is it
good
half a
quarter
mil?
numbers. I think they really
I
have good
think they
quarter
will.
numbers.
I
Yeah,
think
me
they
too.
will. Yeah, they've just been like beating expectations, and I think that's why
Yeah.
the stock price goes up. But
Yeah. But
yeah,
especially
yeah.
the gigafactory finishing in China next year.
Mike, where do you think
Oh
it's
yeah, their
gonna be?
second one, right?
What's the number?
Yeah.
What's the number gonna be, Mike? Put your
I
number out
Oh
there.
yes.
I think Tesla will probably hit around 750, probably up for the Q4. I think Paul's right, but then it may take a step back.
750? Like
Yeah.
at the end of 2021?
No. Q4, which is like in less than 3 months.
Oh,
And so
this
yeah,
past quarter. Okay.
yeah.
I
And then
all right.
and then I think it's gonna retrace back to probably around a high 600-ish or so. And then by the end of this year, I do think that Paul's right. It may be hit around 900 or so.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's just why I'm debating whether I want to hold my shares or not. That's the
No,
thing.
it's gonna double, yo. It might triple. Yo, it's going to the moon. It's like gonna be better than Bitcoin.
You think?
I mean, Tesla has made a lot of. They call it like Tesla millionaires.
Yeah,
Is it?
just millionaires. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ah,
mean, think about this though. Like they've been acquiring a lot of interesting infrastructure. They're the only car company that has an infrastructure out there. And if the rumors are true, they're letting Ford and GM using the charger station for the electrical vehicles. They're making money. That's another place to
Mm-hmm.
generate revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're
Yeah.
only expanding their infrastructure right now. They're not slowing down
Mhm.
anytime soon.
Right.
The only downside I see with Tesla, they may lose market share in China, which I don't think they give a crap. But and otherwise in Europe, their gigafactory in Germany may open. I think when does it open the gigafactory in Germany? Hang on, I forgot. I forgot they have another gigafactory in Germany.
That's what I read. Is it No. Is it not Berlin, right?
It is in Berlin, Brandenburg. And it's set to open in 2021. Yeah, in July 2021
Mm.
too. So 2
Nice.
gigafactories finishing next year.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
double. It's gonna be like at least double, Mike. You're
same
selling
like
too
Amazon
soon.
stock?
Stop selling at 30%. You gotta
Yeah.
sell at
Yeah.
1,000. I'm
Yeah,
telling
just
you.
hold. Yeah.
Sell at 1,000.
So,
What?
so you
Okay.
think?
Outside of Tesla,
Okay.
what's a stock to look for?
NEO. I think NEO is gonna be one of the high ones too as
Neo,
well.
I'm in on Neo too.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think NEO is definitely a little bit undervalued right now. I personally think. I hope, and I'm very safe with Navian as well. It's a simple lending company, but they paid nice dividend. That's
Mhm.
all. That's one of my
Maybe, yeah.
that's one of my long-term holds. I still have my Disney stocks. I don't care what people say.
Disney's going forever. He's never.
Yeah.
Disney's always gonna go up. Yeah.
I've held for what, over 12 years now. So whatever, good
Oh
dividends.
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I bought more GE. So when it was at $7, I bought a bunch. That's my long-term hold as well. I don't think GE is gonna go under. I don't know, man. It's kind of tough. I think like, if we're talking about long-term, it's like those like the typical companies, right? That's been around for a while. I mean, in a sense, I say for obviously for NEO, but my short-term stocks is like Moderna. I don't think that's sustainable. I don't think.
Moderna, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's sustainable at all. But that's my one of my short-term stocks. Another short-term stock, I think I have Lee, which is like a competitor of Neo. I don't like their business model as well. I just think that there's the hype of the EV sector. That's the reason why they're doing so well. But short term again, what else? I'm very scared of any oil company out there right now, so I'm not touching that at all. But their pricing is looking good though. They're looking undervalued dramatically. And do you think they're gonna disappear overnight? Probably not.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
I don't know. I was on oil ETFs for a while, like
yeah.
last year. Everything dropped. I put quite a bit into the UCO. That's made a lot of money, but I recently got out of it.
Before the COVID or after COVID?
No, it was after COVID. It was pretty
And
recent. Like
wait, so you lost money? That means.
no, I made money on UCO. I made so much money. I got
Oh,
in a long time ago when they
oh, okay.
dropped. They dropped a lot, right? Like oil prices just dropped a ton, and
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta get in on this. So I bought in at UCO, and yeah, I'm up like at least 200% on
That's
UCO.
good though.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah. I mean, so for me, when the dip happened in March, I bought a lot of hospitality stuff related stocks, and for just for the short term ride, I sold it like around 80% profit. I should have held it for longer, but obviously hindsight 2020, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But man, let me tell you, like there were some companies I was like, fuck, it hit 400% gain back already. I'm like, and then we're not
Mhm.
even end of 2020 yet. I'm like, how's this possible? You know?
Mike,
Mhm.
1,000 or 0. Like you gotta
Short term stuff, you know,
you gotta
whatever.
hold.
I don't get greedy, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm. Mhm.
No, but I think 2021 for sure it's going to be an interesting year in terms of the market. I think it's going to be more volatile, to be honest. I think the volatility is going to be different
Mm.
because we start seeing a little bit of just shakiness now, and I think it's going to be a little bit more up and down. We'll see. I overall though, like I just want to I just want to for the people who are trading out there and stuff like that, obviously do your own research. We're not expert at this. We're just still learning as probably like you are.
Exactly. Mike only takes 80% gains. No 1,000% gains.
I have losses, man. I have my losses. I have my losses, man. Where did I lose that? I lost my in my So you know where oil, when COVID happened, they were supposed to have oversupply of oil. So I invested it in like an oil tanking company, right? It went up a little bit, but I sold half of my shares because when it was profitable, I should have sold the rest. I didn't. I lost money in there. So technically, I ended up breaking even in a sense.
I
So I was
lost
so
I
mad.
lost in crypto a little. I lost XRP when XRP, like I was so on board with XRP for a long time, and then it just dropped because of the
I
SEC
think
allegations.
I think they're gonna
And
be fine, believe it or not. I personally think they just scared them. They just scared
I
them. To be
just
honest.
think the litigation is gonna go on for a long time.
A
So
year,
I think it's gonna
maybe.
be 2 years at least.
You think so?
Yeah.
But I think this is gonna open doors opportunity for a lot of people though. For other coins.
Yeah. No, so like I sold out of XRP to buy into other coins, right? So
Yeah.
it was
It's a tough
it was
call.
just so it was like there was on such a high for so long, and then
Yeah. So for those who don't know what XRP is, it's an alternative coin in the cryptocurrency world. And so it's like value right now. It was before value of 56 cents, 60 cents, and now it's valued at 27 cents now.
yeah,
So
it got up to like 60 cents, and then it's down to 20. Now it's at 30
yeah.
cents today, I think.
But let me tell you, but the technology is great though. People don't understand Ripple technology is actually pretty good technology though. So, but
Yeah,
let me
it's
ask
just
you this
they're
though.
trading illegally. That's all.
Supposedly trading illegally.
Supposedly, like
Supposedly.
allegedly.
Well, they filed the DE paperwork a long time ago too. That there's proof of that too as well. So
It's interesting because the government's already said that like Bitcoin and Ethereum are cryptocurrencies, right?
right.
They're not what is it called, securities.
Securities. They're not
But
securities, correct.
now they decided, oh, we're gonna say that XRP is a security, which how
I
much
think
different is it really?
I think they're just trying to say, hey, we're the police here, obey by the law.
Yeah.
Everybody else is it. I think they're just setting an example for every other coins out there.
I
If you
think
come into
you know what I think it is. I think the Fed, the that guy who put it in, the Fed guy, he has a short on him. Just he just put it out there.
and it's hard to track that too, especially if it's a cryptocurrency.
Right. I think he had a short on it and then puts it out there. It drops half, even more than half. Like then you're like,
Yeah.
all right, just make all the money and just leave. Like that was his
Well,
last act as
let me
in his office.
let me ask you this though. Do you think though, they would get delisted in any major exchange?
Yes.
You think so? It's
Yeah.
because what do you think?
Because you can't like just if you want to be like an exchange that abides by the laws, like it's hard for you to list a currency that is that has
trouble.
that is like currently in a lawsuit for that, right? So they,
But let me ask you this though. They're not even in the out of the top 10 yet.
of course not. Like they were number 3, right? Like they were the
Yeah.
third biggest cryptocurrency. Yeah, they're not. They're I don't think they will be even if they got delisted. But I think that like just to be safe, you need that. Like you need to like at least halt trading because
You mean at least how's the trading that makes sense, but delisting is a whole different world. I agree with that part. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, it's just I think some of them will. I think some of them will. Just because you don't want that grief like that the
So
government.
you're saying that it could drop, it could cut in half, it can even drop to 10 cents.
Yeah, I think so. I think if they get delisted from one like didn't one already delist them?
Sure. I'm not sure at all. I actually don't know. I haven't followed the news.
I think there's been at least one that's delisted them or like halted for sure. But yeah, but I think once if they do have a few, then it'll be pretty bad for them.
Yeah, I know that certain companies like Coinbase is thinking about it. I don't think that anyone made any action move yet. Yeah, as of 3 days ago, I don't think anyone made a move yet. So we shall see. Actually, no, you're right. Cross Towers, and it's the Cross Towers an exchange. It's a small exchange.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of the smaller exchanges did already.
Yeah, it's a small exchange called Cross Tower though. But yeah, all right. Listen, Paul. We definitely appreciate you having on. But you like before we sign off, do you like to plug anything? Where people can find you? What's your website or your Instagram?
Oh
Free
yes,
consultation for your implants.
yes, for sure. So I'm located in Dallas, Texas. My website is Dentist in Duncanville. So I'm right next to Duncanville, which is just a smaller like city just outside of Dallas. But my practice is in Dallas. But it's easier for me to market, you know, as a dentist in Duncanville. So that's why my website's Dentist in Duncanville.
Nice.
And then my dental supply company is just TN as in no P supply.com. And then my social media handles, if you want to follow me, Instagram, it's Dr. Paul DDS. And Twitter is
it would be right
Flow.
above us, so you'll be able to see
Oh
that.
yeah, it'll be right above us.
Yeah.
Flow Trading LLC on Twitter, and that's it.
There we go.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. Maybe we can like do an anniversary one, and then revisit our predictions. And,
Yeah.
There we go.
That'd
see, we should do
that.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul, listen, we definitely, wish you obviously amazing success 2021. You're firm with your day trading, everything. It seems like you're on the right path, man. You're definitely on the right path for sure for
Thanks.
success.
Yeah.
So,
Hoping for
appreciate it.
1,000% trades.
Oh man, I would love that.
well, don't forget about the little guys though. Like us,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm gonna help you reap in the same profits once I'm good. It's gonna be a while, but once I'm really good,
Once
I will
Paul
definitely
gets added
share.
as one of the mods.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
mods.
right. we can follow Paul's and mine.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
I will
appreciate
try
you.
to be very good.
Well, appreciate having you on though. Everybody,
Thanks.
happy New Year's and wishing everybody good, fortune, good health, right?
Yeah.
But
Yes.
meanwhile, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and for those who are listening, don't forget to subscribe. leave a review, leave some comments. We'd like to hear what you'd like us to talk about. Even join us in one of these podcast episodes. We'll definitely love to have you on. Other than that, and what else did I forget, Robert?
Go to our website. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. www.gfothoughts.com. You can go through all of our podcasts there.
Right. Well, happy New Year's, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Paul, thank you for coming in. Appreciate that. Until next time. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Peace, guys.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Gluten-Free Organic Thoughts podcast. As always, we appreciate you. If you are watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and leave us a comment. If you are listening to us, please leave us your honest review on your preferred podcast listening platform. And as always, you can find us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at GFOT Thoughts. Drop a comment and give us some feedback. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, see you then.